Hello, welcome to Shad Life. I actually just rode my Canyon Spectral 125 at Monarch yesterday, and I haven't talked about this bike pretty much all summer, even though I've been riding it here and there, because I've been busy. I built this Esker Smoky up, riding that, and I just recently got the Haro Saguaro. So I, haven't been talking about this bike, and I got it in the spring. I've been riding it quite a bit. It's been to Bentonville 3 times now. So yeah, I got some footage of me riding Monarch, so let's jump to that. Loving how this bike rides. After I show you this footage, I'll talk about the couple of little tweaky issues I have with it. But as far as like geometry and how it rides, it's excellent. So yeah, here's the first clip. I was with my friend Terry out there. And this one's my best clip of going through the expert jump line. And it's probably like my 4th run through it. I just wasn't really feeling on my game yesterday. But after riding for a little bit, I felt better and better, and I don't know why. Sometimes that just happens. So here's my 4th run, I believe it's through it. And I cleared all the jumps that I wanted to. The one I don't even try to clear is the last big table on the expert jump line there. It's just one of those things you have to come around the berm and keep your speed. And it's a pretty big table. And I'm not comfortable just sending as hard as I can off of it. But all the other ones were perfect. So yeah, let's do this jump line. Go! There we go. Cleared all of them. I don't try this last one. This last one's a beast. So after that, we actually went and rode around the trail system a little bit, and there's another jump line out there, and I always forget what trail it's on, but it's kind of a beginner slash intermediate jump line that you can session. And so here's a clip of me blasting through that. I like that jump line because it's kind of one of those ones where I can session it and kind of dial in my skills, and since I was having a little bit of an off day, it's good to be able to do that and kind of try to dial in. So here's my clip going through that jump line. It's fun. And lastly, Monarch has a big drop line, and that drop is pretty significant. So one of my issues with the drop isn't having fear or anything. I have no problem doing it. My issue is I tend to overshoot it. I tend to go too fast, and the reason why is I come out of the berm just before it, and my first instinct is, oh, I gotta put in a pedal because I want to make sure I clear it. Well, as soon as I do that, I overshoot and land further down, and then it's a really hard landing. So my goal was to follow Terry and then take it is slower, and so here's a clip of Terry doing it, and it's pretty cool because he does it perfectly, and he even throws in a little steez when he goes off of it. So check that out. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, so super dialed, super skilled. Now we'll show my clip full run following Terry. There's this one part where there's a little kicker on the left going over some doubles, and he just sends it off that. He's like kind of almost out of view because I was too far behind him to get a full clip, but you can hear me say, wow, you just sent it off of that. Yeah, pretty cool. And then I did the drop, and it felt really good because I was following Terry and trying to make sure I stayed at his speed and I didn't like try to go too fast. And then after that, Terry filmed me going off it again, going the slowest I've ever gone off of it. And I landed right near the top, and it felt super smooth. Didn't have that harsh landing or anything. So yeah, it was good stuff. Here's those clips. Oh, he just sent that. Alright, this is it. Alright, that was better. Finally landed it where I wasn't. I mean, I still easily cleared past it.
I felt like I was going too slow actually, but I didn't want to put a crank in, so you would.
All right, so that was Monarch. Really enjoying the Canyon Spectral 125. This is the CF8 model, carbon, XT, all XT components. Super nice bike. The couple of things that, like as far as geometry and sizing goes, Canyon, when you go in and do their sizing thing, they have a little calculator. You put in your height and you put in your inseam, and then they tell you what size you could get. It's the only company that I know of that recommends a size small for my height of 5'7", 30-inch inseam, and that's what I got. The size small of the Spectral 125, 435 millimeter reach, which is maximum for me. I've ridden a bike with 440. I do feel like with a full suspension bike, you can get away with a little bit longer reach, but on a hardtail, a longer reach feels way different. So I'm starting to see kind of a difference in how maybe on a full suspension bike, having it be a little bit bigger, a little more reach is okay, and on a hardtail short. But I'm not going to talk about that now, or I'm going to go off babbling like I usually do in this video. So let's keep my focus on the Canyon. So I like how Canyon sizes bikes. They do a really good job. They're not trying to get me on some bike that's way too long for me and stuff like that, like other companies do. The couple of complaints that I have, and the first one, and I did a video about it, is this little plastic piece behind the bottom bracket. It's where all the cables go. I don't know if you can see in the video, but the internal routed cables go through there. And this plastic piece creaks like crazy. So I've learned to just squeeze a little bit of lube in there every once in a while, and then I have to wipe it down. But you can see that then it wants to collect dirt and crap, and I got to constantly be cleaning that. And so that's just like this extra maintenance piece that I do not like dealing with. And then the other thing I didn't like about this bike is their proprietary headset thing. As a matter of fact, here, let me grab what the spacers they had on here. So I changed out the stem and the handlebars. I wanted a higher rise handlebar, and I didn't want carbon. This came with carbon bars with a 31/8 clamp. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not running carbon bars. So I have this Deity stem, Deity bars, but they have this weird proprietary spacers and top cap and stuff that's designed specifically for the stem that was on here. And then this kind of weird oblong shaped bottom piece. Oh, I'm in the stand, so I can't do it, but it moves when you turn the bars. But, and these got little like holes that fit into here. You know, it's just, it's weird. It's some weird proprietary crap. And then this was also creaky, and I had to go take this all apart, lube everything, put it back together, and, you know, make sure it was properly tight. But I don't like their weird proprietary stem spacer thing. I mean, they probably do it for some cool looks or something, but really, honestly, I wish they would just stop doing that and just stick with the standard everyday spacer kind of deal. But yeah, aside from those two things, the bike's been great. I love it. One of the other neat things is you can take off the rear through axle and the front through axle without needing a hex wrench, you know, things like that. Really well done bike. It's actually got the best suspension I've ever had on a bike up until now anyway, like this Fox 36 Performance Elite fork. And then the Fox Float X here. Really good suspension. Works great. Although the Smoky that I have over here has that RockShox Lyric Ultimate. And I'm going to say that fork actually, I think, is a little bit better. It feels a little bit better than this fork. Pretty impressive, that Lyric fork. But, yeah, it's, I mean, we're talking minute, picky differences, but, like, this bike is amazing. I love it. The DT Swiss 1700 wheels, DT Swiss 350 hubs. I upgraded the ratchet, so it's got the 54, I think it is, ratchet system on the back, so it's a little bit more engagement pieces. Yeah, so sorry I haven't been continuing updates on this bike, but it's been a great bike so far. Very happy with it, especially for how much it costs, and so on. So I hope you liked the video clips of Monarch riding the Spectral 125. I had a fun time out there. I don't get out to Monarch as often as I'd like to. It's a long drive, but yeah, it is what it is. I appreciate your support for my channel. Please hit that subscribe button down below if you like my content. Peace.